everyone, this is Joanne. Welcome to Let's Get Organized monthly hop. And this month we're doing a full craft room tour. So yay, I thought I'd start at my door. That's how I enter my craft room. And my craft room is just a spare bedroom in my house. And I have 12 by 12 shadow boxes with my favorite layouts. And you can switch those out on that wall there. And then you would come from the door over to here, and that is a dresser that I repurposed. It was my childhood dresser, and then that's just a little container for a cat box. And on top of that, I have my art bins, and I store in there my layouts that I've completed before I put them in an album. So this one's for me, and then the bottom one are layouts that I do for other people's albums, so they don't get mixed up with mine and I know to put it in their album. This is a 12 by 12 paper holder from scrapbook.com. I do not recommend it. I don't like it. It took me forever to get that thing to stick together, and I just put my 12 by 12 basil cardstock in there only. And then in my dresser, I have up on the top just miscellaneous things that I need. I'll show you inside the drawers in a minute. And then the middle drawer is all Maggie Holmes, and then the bottom drawer is all Paige Evans scrapbooking collections. This is one of my favorite parts. These are washi tape holders, but I have those little jars in there. I can pick them up at Michael's or Joanne's. They're like in the jewelry section, and I put my sequins in there. And then that one is a little container that I got on Amazon. It has divided drawers for my charms. Gold here, silver here, and then the bottom has buttons and such in it. And then this one is for my shimmers paint. So the top drawer is big enough for the sprays, and the 6 bottom drawers is big enough for the little pods. I have a separate video on this if you would like to see that. And then on this side is just 2 washi tape holders, and I did purge my washi tape, and I only kept like Paige Evans, Maggie Holmes, Simple Stories, and there's some Altenew in here too. I have 2 of them stacked on top of each other. Let me back up slow here. Some more pictures in the 12 by 12 shadow box frames. They're my favorites. And then just some shelves. It's an old shelf that I refurbished, had it painted white, and I just put some of my projects on there and my little mini albums and Traveler's Notebooks albums that I use. Okay, and there's some cards that my girlfriend made me, Karen from Yes Please Paper Crafts. Okay, and then I'm going to go over here to this corner, and what this is a scrap box, and the outside let me see, what would this be called? Doors, I guess, outside doors. They do move. Everything folds in on itself when the tables are not inserted, so I never close this. But the outside doors don't stay open by themselves, so I just have this little cat door stopper to keep it open. So I'm going to move that, and I'm going to show you behind here because this is a full craft room tour. See, it just opens. Okay. And then let me back up, and behind here I have a second one of these being painted right now by my friend, so I'm going to hang it there. And then behind here I keep my extra 12 by 12 shadow boxes from Michael's, and then there is a whole stack of art bins for collections that do not fit in my scrap box. And then in the back of that door is a magnetic board, and it houses a bunch of my metal dies. I have my metal dies in 3 different places. That's the first one. Okay, and then I'll just do each section of my scrap box. So here I have a little decoration on top, a picture of me and my niece, and some cards from Karen. And then here is all my Nouveau stuff, embossing, powder, glitter, Nouveau drops, Nouveau Tonic Studio pens, the mousse, some scissors, and then more Nouveau drops and glitter paste down here. And then a really cool painting that my girlfriend's daughter painted for me of one of my kittens that I lost, and she crossed the Rainbow Bridge when she was only 12 weeks old, so she painted that for me. And then in my scrap box, you'll see on the top, I do have it decorated. I just got some of those decorative boxes from like Joanne's. I think I got some at Tuesday morning too, and I just put some decorations on the top. The scrap box comes with big drawers. They're like 12 by 7.5 by 12 by 7.5, small totes, and then medium totes, and I'll go through each one. Okay, and then on this part of my desk, I have a U-shaped table so I can just twirl around in my chair. I have my Sizzix and my 2 trimmers. I have my Creative Memories one and my Fiskars one. And then here is my Rose Bloom. And what I keep in this are my flare buttons from Yes Please Paper Crafts. I'll open it and show you. Super cool, right? I love that thing. And all my flare buttons are organized by different themes or events. And I'm going to close this off camera because it squeaks. Okay, and then this here is a little drawer cart. It's got wheels on it so I can move. And when I have people come over to scrap with me, or if I have the kids, my great nieces and nephew come over, I'll move this and then a chair can go here. But underneath here are my drawers. Hold on, I'm old. So those are just my drawers, and you'll see some skinny ones there on the side, but on the top is Bo Bunny, then Felicity Jane, and then 2 drawers of Jen Hatfield, and then Dear Lizzie, and on the bottom is Pink Paisley. Okay, so that's there. Now on this section on the bottom is medium totes here, and then skinny totes here, and I'll go through each one and show you. But on here, they just pull out super simple. This is all Pink Fresh Studio. Okay, all Pink Fresh Studio stuff. And these are Pink Fresh Studio, like alphas and everything like that. And then I have my Sizzix plates tucked in there. And then this is a 3-drawer, 13 by 13, 3-drawer acrylic organizer that I picked up at Michael's, and these are expensive now. They didn't used to be when I first got this one, but I went to go back and get a second one, and it was like $25 more than this one. So make sure that you use a coupon or wait for the organization sales, or else these are ridiculously priced. So all it is the drawers, and I put paper dividers in there myself. I just measured, and I organize my Bramble Fox in here, so by color, really, black, gray, white. And then here is light blue, different, this is all cat stuff, blues, yellows, and then pinks and orange, purples, and the lighter blue. Okay? And then I organize my drawer by manufacturer and collection. So I would never put Cartabella in the same drawer as a Pink Fresh collection, because I like little neat freak OCD maybe, and that would completely freak me out. I wouldn't even be able to go to sleep, and I'm not joking. So here are my Cartabella collections. I couldn't think of the word I wanted to say. And I'm very particular about what I buy. I didn't used to be, but I decided that if I'm going to spend my money, my hard-earned money, then I'm only going to buy exactly what I want, and I'm not going to waste my money on little teeny things here and there. So I'm very obsessed with Cartabella, Hip Kit Club, Simple Stories, and Pink Fresh Studio. And then the drawers that I just mentioned that were down below, I really like those as well. So, but I'm mainly sticking to those 4 I just mentioned because that's what makes me happy. So we have Cartabella, 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 Cartabella. And then these top 2 are Cocoa Vanilla Studio, which I totally love too. Those are some of the older collections there. And I can take one of my drawers out and show you exactly how I organize them. I do also have organization videos on my channel showing you how I receive a new collection, unbox it, and organize it for my drawers. Okay, I'm now sitting in my chair, and underneath here are just some things like my Gemini, my hot foil, some extra embroidery floss. My sewing machine is here with a cover and some sewing stuff, a little box, and then these 2 decorative boxes here from, I think I got those at Joanne's, and those hold my old wooden stamps. Remember, the stamps used to come on the wood blocks? All of my older wood block stamps are in those two beautiful boxes there. Okay, the next size little tote in a Scrapbox, which I should say, this used to be called the original Scrapbox company, and this was a Scrapbox, and then they changed their name to Create Room, and now this is called a Dream Box. It's basically the same thing with some improvements from customer comments, so I will leave a link to that below if you're interested in looking at this. So these are the long ones. Look how long, and that you can have them be all one long piece, or it can divide into 4 different sections. So I'll go through that for you. Now in here are just my Creative Memories Border Maker cartridges. Okay, a whole drawer of those. In here is my Altenew ink. And then, as you just saw, this little one is all my Distress Oxides. And then this one has my Catherine Pooler ink and some miscellaneous other inks. And then this one has my Daubers Pink Fresh ink, some Altenew ink. And then this one has my extra Daubers and some ribbons and pom-pom. And then this one is all little paper scraps. I always cut down my scraps instead of having a big mess, and one of the sizes I cut it down to is 2x2 to use for the future. In the middle it's just got pieces of Pink Fresh studio paper that was just too big to throw away. And then up here on the top one is all my, not all of it, I have my embroidery floss in like 2 different spots. This is my embroidery floss that's new that I haven't opened and tried to use yet. Okay, I keep my embroidery floss that I've already opened and used once or twice in this little container. Again, I got this like at Joanne's, and these are in the jewelry section, and I'm not sure what they're intended for, but they do have little slots, and I just put the embroidery floss in here so I can continue using it at a later date. I just thought that was really cool. These are 3-drawer organizers that I got from Amazon, and I think they were meant for jewelry or makeup, could be either one, but I thought it would be really cool. I got 2 of them, and on the bottom are some of my enamel dots that do not go with a collection. If I have enamel dots that go with a collection, it stays with the collection. Okay, and then these 2 up here, I bought this originally to store my extra Pink Fresh Studio embellishments that say I've already used that whole collection up or used the kit up or whatever, and these were extra things that I didn't have any place to put, so I put them in there, and that way that's my stash and I can try to use those at a later date. Okay, in here is another washi drawer from Michaels. And I've got sequins in there, and I just put them in this little jewelry pod things that you get from Joann's or Michael's. I always use a coupon. And I stack them 2 high. So on the bottom here, I just have miscellaneous sequins. And then here in the middle, oops, sorry about that, Pink Fresh Gems. And then up on top are my in the back is Buttons Galore and more sprinklets, and then the rest of them are all Shimmers Paint sequins because I'm on the Shimmers Paints design team and I need to keep them together. And then here's another one of the same ones that I showed you over there, but this is for my Bramble Fox because I'm on the Bramble Fox design team. So under here are I have these little containers. They were from the dollar store. I think they marketed them to put your masks in during COVID, but I have my paper snips in here that I've already cut up, and then I have current Bramble Fox that I need to use up, and my Bramble Fox metal dies and stuff like that. And then the second drawer is my Bramble Fox stencils, and then this top drawer is all my Bramble Fox, but it's all fall Bramble Fox because I love fall and I wanted to keep it that separate from the other one over there. And then this Scrapbox has these 3 drawers. I'll show you what's inside. I have one here that has my stamp blocks and a couple wooden stamps that I use all the time, music notes and text. So I just keep them there instead of putting them away because I'm constantly using them. And then this drawer in here is a mess. It's a holy mess. It's just got my mint tape, my Scrapbox.com adhesive, just all, you know, my extra ATG rolls, staples, my eraser for glue and tape, just stuff. It's my craft room junk drawer. And then here is all my foam squares, all kinds of foam square stuff. So that's for that. And then in the middle here, this is what they call a medium tote, and I'll get this out and show it to you. I don't want to make too much noise. These are my Pocket Life cards, and I only have Pocket Life cards from the Hip Kit Club. They're my older ones that I haven't used yet, and if I have Pocket Life cards that go with a kit, I still have. They stay with that kit, but these are the ones that I used from past kits that I did not, excuse me, these are the ones I have left from past kits that I already used from Hip Kit Club, because I've been a member of Hip Kit Club since December 2018. So say the kit is gone, but I didn't end up using all my Pocket Life cards. I put them in here, and then here's a couple 4x6 pieces of scrap cardstock that I have, and here's my 4x3 Pocket Life cards that I have here. And then this second drawer, sorry if that was fast, that might have been fast, same thing, extra Pocket Life cards and 4x3 scrap paper. And then up here are embellishments and such that were left over from past Hip Kits, that I just want to keep all my Hip Kit Club stuff together. So I had these in a kit and I didn't end up using them, so they're all stored right there. Then on the very top, you'll see there's just two little magazine holders. I decorated them myself with Pink Fresh Studio Indigo Hills 2 collection. Those just hold my scrapbooking magazines. And then in the middle, I keep, on the left hand side, all my Hip Kit Club subscriptions from each month, and they are organized and separated into individual months. And then over here is all my Simple Stories collections. In each one of these drawers I can get 3, sometimes 4, depending on how much I have of that collection in each one of those drawers. Okay, so I will pull out a couple when we get closer and I will show those to you. Okay, I'm back over to my entry door because it's easier for me to show you one whole side of the room and then get my body in the other side of the room while I'm still over here. So this is the door that I enter, the hallway of my house. And then this, like I said, this is just a spare bedroom. So I put those little hooks on there, and there's my J-Lo bag. All right, this might be a little dark over here, I'm sorry, but just way up on the top are just extra things that I don't have space for. And then this is the closet where I put all my pants for work, because the closet in my bedroom only has rods long enough for shirts and jackets, so I put all my pants in here. And then on the bottom are extra art bins and the little sewing cases for things that I don't have room for in my scrap box. And then on the door, on the inside of that door, is my jewelry organizer. So you can put rings on top, bracelets, then earrings, and all your necklaces go there. Isn't that cool? I love that thing. I got it from eBay. Okay, so now we're leaving the closet. We're going over here. This is a super cheap desk that I got years ago on Wayfair. It's not very well made, but I'm rarely at it. I just really needed a spot to put my printer, my Cameo, and my laptop. So I just have an old lamp, really, really old, that my mom made for me years and years and years ago. My laptop, my Cameo. Here's my printer. I print all my own photos, and then just one of those containers from Michael's that has my extra Christmas stash in it. All right, and then if you go up here, see I have room here to put more of those 12 by 12 shadow box frames with some layouts in it. Then here's my TV, so when I sit at my desk to record my videos, I can look up and see myself scrapping, so I can make sure I'm in frame. I just put a little beautiful outdoor picture on it. And then my ceiling fan is on, so you'll see that here, but it's super hot today and I'll melt if I don't have it on. I have some more of the 12 by 12 frames there. That door goes to a bathroom. It's a Jack and Jill bathroom in between 2 bedrooms. And I just have a couple bags and my Altenew craft apron hanging there. And then this is window out my front yard. And I have some silk flowers there. I don't think they're silk. They're probably just the fake flowers. I got them all at Joanne's, and I just picked pink and white ones, and I shoved them in these crystal princess house vases that I had. So I'll show you this thing. Let me move my cart so I can get over there. This is a fireplace. I think you're supposed to put a TV on it, but I got that at Wayfair, and when I originally bought it, it was in my craft room used to be in the basement of our old house because we moved like a year and a half ago. And because my craft room was in the basement, sometimes it would be cold down there, so that's what I bought it for. So I very rarely put the fireplace part on, but I still wanted it in here because it matches. And then I've got my extra books in here, extra trimmer, and on top I have my pretty flowers, a photo of me and my best friend, my husband and my best friends, another rose bloom, just a vase with some fabric flowers in it. Can't talk, you guys. And that's my stencil book. Super quick, I'm just going to show you my stencil book because I have an entire video on this. If you want to see that, I'll put that in the description box below. It's just a simple stories book, and I put a pocket over here for the bigger stencils, and then I literally just put all my stencils in a simple stories sleeve, and I picked this up when I am looking for a stencil to use on my projects. Okay, and then we're going to go around the room a little bit more. This is just a light I can turn on, and it will shine onto here for when I am scrapbooking. This arm holds my phone over when I'm making scrapbooking videos. Okay, and then here's another door over here. Let me see if I can get this out of the way so it's not in the way of our view. On the top, I just have thread. And then I have Altenew sprays, Lindy sprays, Prima sprays, and some miscellaneous things, and nothing on the bottom. And my best friend crochets, and she made me that black cat door holder, door stopper. So that door also opens. I'm going to open that and show you what's behind here. All right, I've opened that door, and on the top I just have one of those pretty trunks again, just holds old stuff. Some albums that I have yet to use, some albums that I have, these are yet to use. Those are my December documented. These are empty, so I can use them as gifts. And these are all my 12 by 12 albums. Most of them are full. There's a lot like here that are not. I can use those to fill my layout, put my layouts on it. They're the only ones I use is the Creative Memories cover sets because they're my favorite. And I've been using them since 1990, so I didn't want to change. All different colors. I'll link them below. I am a Creative Memories consultant, mostly for myself, but if you need one, I'll put my website below if you want to buy anything or ask me questions. I have a random book on the top because that's for my little baby cousin's album, which I'm almost done with, and I don't have any place else to put it, so I just kind of shoved it in there until I'm done so I can give it to their parents. And then just some extra stuff on the bottom. And that's all that's there. And then it's super hard for me to get in over there, but the back of that door is also all metal dies. Try to show you like this. So I have a little bit of room for some more. All right, we're back in the middle again. This is a chair. I think it's like a gamer chair. I got it from Amazon for like only $129. It was pink. I thought it was cool. I think it's okay. It's comfortable. It's a tiny bit too big for this little area here, so I'm constantly knocking into the sides of my tables, and it scares me a little bit because I've gotten my cat's tail on the wheels a couple times. Thankfully, just a little bit of fur, not actually his whole tail. So I keep my garbage can under there. I do keep my cart right here, and I just got a new thing for my cart, and I totally reorganized my cart, and I'm in love. So I want to do a completely separate video on that. So come back again and like and subscribe to my channel if you would, please. And I'm going to go through that whole thing because I love my new stuff. And what I did, Tim Holtz glass mat over the arm again, and then I'm going to talk about what we have going on over here. I'm going to go through my dresser and show you what's inside the drawers. Okay guys, we've left off over here. So this is the Carousel from Michael's. My girlfriend Charlene bought me this for, I think, Christmas or my birthday one year, and I love it. I do keep it, sorry about that, I think I jumped right here, but I needed to move it so I can get to these drawers so I can show you. But this just has glue, markers, pens, my tools, my blending brushes, and some Bramble Fox tools, some more scissors, gem picker. Everything I use all the time is right here. So just miscellaneous stuff. And then I like in the middle you can keep a roll of paper towels. Okay, so let me show you what I have here. This side is exactly like the other side, so 2 medium totes on the bottom. This one right here is all of my Altenew stamps, and I have each one in its own individual, I think this is a 6x8 package. These packages came from Altenew. They're alright. I don't like the tops a lot because the thing that's supposed to zip across always comes off, so I wouldn't buy those again, but they're there already. So I had them all in here. If there's metal dies that go with these stamps, I keep them in here because I don't want to search for them while I'm using that stamp set, so I keep them together. And all my little Altenew stamps are in the front. Here are miscellaneous stamps from all different places, and some honeybee stamp papers and envelopes for when I want to make my cards. And then I do have a second one of these, and this holds all of my Christmas stuff. I did a video on that on my channel, and I only use Hip Kit Club Christmas collections in my albums, so I wanted to keep that in one spot, super organized. And I did a whole video on this, and I had so much fun organizing this. So this on the bottom is just my 12x12 papers from Hip Kit Club and cardstock. And then in the middle here, you know what, let me stand up. I think that would be easier if I stand up. In the middle here are all of my 6x12 things, you know, like alphabet stickers and everything, all kept in here like that. And then on this side, these are my scraps, my branding strips. And then I have a little photo case with little pieces of scraps from probably the past 3 years of Hip Kits. They're too big to throw away. I can use them to back a photo or to back cut files, so I'm not willing to part with Hip Kit Club anything. So there's that. And then the top drawer, oh, sorry about the squeak. I keep all my embellishments in these little pouches. I have a video about these pouches too. I got them on Amazon, so I keep all my die cuts in there, and my bigger pieces like stickers, wood veneer, stamps from Hip Kits, and there's all my Christmas pocket cards from Hip Kits for my December documented. Okay, let me back up. And then this side houses all of my Pink Fresh Studio, and like I said, again, each one of these drawers has at least 3 different collections in it. So all of this is Pink Fresh Studio. Okay, so here's some longer ones, and this just has twine in it, and this one also has twine in it. And then, where am I here? It's hard to see. This one has tassels and stuff like that for my mini albums. And then this one has more tassels and bows for my mini albums. And you can put these bows on your scrapbook pages too. This here is a little odd. I keep my Bramble Fox tools in here because, excuse me, they're super long. So that's a good place for me to be able to reach them. And then in here are all my charms that I hang off the side of my mini albums. I just buy them at like Joanne's or Michael's. I don't want to make my own charms and stuff, so I just buy them. If I think one's pretty and it's on sale or clearance, I'll pick it up. And then in here are long gem strips that I got like at Michael's a long time ago, some from Hobby Lobby. This one is my favorite, so it's low and I can grab it super quick right where I'm sitting. All my honeybee stamp gems. I am obsessed with these things. I have like probably 30 packages of them. And then here are just other bling bling gemmy things, just all random Hobby Lobby spellbinders, gifts from people. Okay, so I have all of that there. I think next I will pull out a drawer and show you. Alright, I picked a pink fresh drawer because whenever I've done any other videos, I've always focused on Hip Kit Club and Simple Stories. So, hey, let's pick a pink fresh drawer. So what I do is I always take some ephemera from one of the collections that I think is super pretty, and I just decorate the outside so I know it's pink fresh. And then I'll take my circle punch and just punch out the logo from one of the packaging and stick it on there so I know it's a pink fresh drawer. And I do that for all of them. So see, Simple Stories, and then I take the logo from the Hip Kit Club from the package that the kits come in every month and put them there. Okay, I'm trying to go slow so don't make you dizzy. So I do, like I said, I have many videos on my channel that I show you how I organize and put away my collections. So these are record sleeves, and I have one collection like this, and I keep them all separate so they don't get mixed up. And I try to keep these as flat as possible so I can get as much in my drawer as possible. And I found that I can get 3 collections in each drawer without smushing them because I don't want to smush my stuff. Okay, so that's what my drawers look like. So if I want a collection, I can just pull the entire thing out with me, put it down here, and start working on it. So that's how that goes. Okay guys, this is my little Wayfair cupboard that I usually keep right underneath there, but I pulled it out for ease of looking. On top of it, I keep a couple trimmers. This top drawer is just a catch-all. It's got stuff that literally doesn't go anywhere else. My embellishment tray, T-square ruler, piercing pad, my thicker alignment guide, some extra sponges for mixed media, literally hot mess. That's okay. It's my catch-all drawer. This one is punches. All different kinds of punches that I use. And that drawer's really heavy. So this one, it's on wheels, so it's hard to pull out with one hand, is all of my Creative Memories punches in here. And then, there we go. Sorry, it's just hard to do one-handed. Okay, now this one are all of my page protectors for my 6x8 albums. And then these are my snap albums from Simple Stories that I've collected, and can use those in the future. Okay, and then under here is, I just threw this little pad in here. I got it for free from scrapbook.com. This has all kinds of, paper for card making only. This is not for scrapbooking. Then I got this huge roll of tape from Honeybee Stamps. It's totally awesome. And then I have the extra little jars for my sequins that I keep in my washi holders. And then these, sorry about that, I'm unsteady. These are the little 6x12 extras that I have that I store all my stickers, my 6x12 stickers, thickers, and alphas in. And again, I have discussed that in many other videos. So I have a playlist on my channel for organization of my craft room supplies. I push this drawer in, trying to do it with my foot and hold on to this at the same time because I'm one-handed. And then under here is a little messy drawer. It's just got things from my Xyron, which I never even use, my Altenew paintbrushes, a brayer, the eyelets for the We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile, my fuse tool and a little razor blade. I used that to get paint and ATG off my Scrapbox and my Tim Holtz glass mat. And that's that for this little cupboard. Okay guys, so I'm going to go through my dresser drawers now, and the only way I can think about doing it is one by one and then me pulling it out and standing over the top of it. So I'll show you what's in here. Let me walk up to it and try not to move the camera too very much. Okay, so this again is kind of like a catch-all junk drawer. So I have some small Creative Memories albums to use for the future. We are Memory Keepers tool, extra ATG tape. These are the photo cases for organization. These are my extra pouches for organization. My extra tape for my ATG tape. Some Nuvo stuff because it's so big I have no place else to put it. These are magnetic boards for my metal dies. This is a folder that has page maps in it. This is my Silhouette Cameo cutting mats, and under here are the record sleeves, my extra record sleeves that I use to organize my collections. And then under there is just an extra album from Creative Memories that is totally full, but I put it there because it's for my niece's birthday, and her birthday's coming up, so I want to remember to give that to her. So that's what I keep on the top because I'm constantly needing tape, these pouches, and my Cricut, or excuse me, I don't have a Cricut, I have a Cameo, my cutting mat, my Silhouette Cameo cutting mats. Okay, this is the second drawer, and my second drawer is all Maggie Holmes. So I will show some of this stuff to you. These are all the either 5x7 or 4x6 photo cases, and I'm gonna have a shadow here, sorry. They just have the ephemera from different collections in them. And back in the day, I used to go to, making too much noise, I used to go to Tuesday mornings and just grab whatever Maggie Holmes stuff they had, and sometimes I don't even know what collection it was from. So that's what all those are, is just ephemera. And then this is an extra drawer for my Scrapbox, but I didn't have any more room, so I put it in here, and it's got my little 6x6 or 6x8 paper pads for Maggie Holmes. And here are all my Maggie Holmes stickers, thickers, puffies, whatever it is, the 6x12 size, all stored in here. And then over here are all the different collections. So, you know, here's Sunny Days, and there's Marigold, and I think that one was American Crafts, but you can tell she made it. So there's that. And then over here we have Gingham Garden and Garden Party and Lovely Blooms and Flourish, and under there is just all paper pads that I picked up at Tuesday morning by her. So there's that drawer. Extra tools. It's got my cleaner to clean my desk, my water bottle, some rubbing alcohol to clean ink off my hands, or to clean acetate for sequin shakers. So there's that. And then here is all my Paige Evans little mini books, you know, the 6x6 paper pad or 6x8, and then all of her stickers. And then here's all of her alphas and stuff, and these are spare ones that maybe I don't have the paper to go with it, but if I do have the paper to go with it, the stickers and stuff are with the paper. So like there's Splendid, and there's Bungalow Lane, and then what is that one, Wonders, and then Take the Scenic Route, and then underneath there is Bloom Street. And then over here I do have a lot of Horizon left because that was one of my favorites, so I bought that a whole bunch of times. And then under here was Whimsical, and then That's Truly Grateful, And then that was her collection that she had at Michael's, where she was doing the explosion boxes, and I love making those things, so I bought a bunch of those. So that is drawer number 3. I don't think I talked about the very top. So you can get a scrap box with or without what they call a crown, and all it does is it extends out, and that's where your light comes, and you can put stuff on top. You're not supposed to put heavy stuff on top, but I just have some flowers and then 2 J-Lo Barbie dolls that my husband bought me for Christmas one year, and some decorations over there. Okay guys, I'm going to leave you with a little sneaky peeky of my cart. I just bought that. I can't wait to show it to you. It is my favorite thing ever. I just organized all this different, and I organized all that different, and I'm gonna go through all of this for you in probably 2 separate videos, because I want to talk about that a lot. It's amazing. I want to thank you for stopping by to see me. I really appreciate that you wanted to see my craft room. If there is anything that you saw that you would like more details about or have questions about, please do not hesitate to contact me on here, Instagram, or Facebook, okay? And in the description box below is a list of links for all of my friends who are also showing their craft rooms today. So please be sure to follow the hop and like and subscribe to everybody, because it really helps us out a lot on YouTube, and we would really appreciate if you would do that for us. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a lovely day. Happy crafting, my friends.